Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Albert and Billy Show. Hello, Papa.
Hello, Billy.
You're listening to us here on WUAT Radio and watching us on Channel 18, BTC Fiber Television, and watching us on the BTC Fiber YouTube channel as well. And if you're watching on there, if you haven't checked it out, check it out. Get on there, like, subscribe. Get on there, subscribe. That helps BTC Fiber out in general. So we appreciate that if you subscribe and like and comment, but hopefully nice comments, as we always say. We like those a lot better. And you can watch all of our episodes of the Albert and Billy Show, along with all the original BTC Fiber shows on there. So check it out, folks. Papa, today, I know it's gloomy outside, and it's made me lazy, feeling like I've been sleepy all day, but it feels so good. 70 degrees. It's such a nice change of pace from the blistering heat that we've had the last few months, really.
That's about 20 degrees
It is,
cooler.
isn't
About
it?
20 degrees.
Yeah, because it really has been right at 90 for
Right at 9.
for many months in a row, seems like. I am so ready for fall. So ready for fall, Papa.
I am too.
Summer, this summer was hot. It was a hot one. But it looks more fall-like outside. It's gloomy skies. That's the only down part about it. But it's not raining at the moment, at least. And it feels nice out there.
I just don't understand how the ground can handle all these leaves.
I know it. I know it. And well, it's a good thing it looks like fall out there, Papa, because we'll be telling you guys again. We've been promoting this and saving the date for this since the summer, Papa. It's the Big Fall Festival,
Yes.
which is tomorrow.
It is here.
It is here. It kicked off officially today, really, with the golf tournament out at Fall Creek Falls. So we'll be telling you guys, of course, about that. That's the big event that is going to be tomorrow. But first, we got some birthdays I want to announce here for you. These are for the week of the 8th through... No, wait, I'm sorry. This is the week of the 1st through the 7th.
There you go.
Okay, so on Wednesday the 4th, we'll wish happy birthday that day to Jill Swafford and also Jimmy Reed. He turns 74 years young that day. And also Chance Boynton. Happy birthday, Chance. I used to coach him in basketball. So happy birthday, Jimmy, Chance, and Jill. That's on the 4th. Yesterday, Papa, on the 5th, I want to say Matt Anderson. I can't really read the writing.
I wrote that.
Okay, so Matt Anderson. Okay, so his was yesterday, the 5th. So happy birthday to Matt Anderson. Today, we have birthdays for Kim Holland. Happy birthday, Kim. Also, happy birthday to Debbie Yother. Happy birthday, Debbie. She's a big fan of the show. And another big fan of the show, happy birthday, Treva Scarborough. Happy birthday, Treva. These are today, so happy birthday, Debbie, Treva, and Kim. Tomorrow, Papa, we got some birthdays as well.
That's Matt Ashburn.
Matt Ashburn. Oh, that sounded okay. I was sitting there thinking in my mind, who in the world is Matt Anderson?
That's the first mistake. That's the first mistake I ever made.
Today, right? Well, let me borrow your pen a minute. I might need to change that because he's liable to be a birthday winner for the radio.
There
we'll
you
be
go.
saying the wrong name.
When you said Anderson, I thought, well, I didn't write Anderson.
I knew it didn't sound right, and I seen our producer look at me too, like, who in the world is that? I was thinking
Matt
the same
Ashburn.
thing. So happy birthday, Matt Ashburn. His was yesterday. Tomorrow, our producer's son, Ezekiel Lloyd, it's his birthday. Happy birthday, Ezekiel. One day early, we can say. Also, happy birthday a day early to the city mayor. Winky Cagle's birthday is tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I think, I'm hoping that's not a name I'm missing at the top. If it is, that's some of the worst handwriting I've ever seen. So there's good luck cipher in that one. I don't think that's a name though, but I don't know.
Lori, Lori.
How in the world can you read that?
I wrote that down.
Oh, that's how you, okay. Woo, folks, yeah.
I never heard of Lori.
No, well I hope, do you remember the last name she said? Because I can't cipher this worth a flip. Lori something.
Higdon, H-I-D-D.
Higdon, okay.
Higdon.
Lori Higdon, okay. I'm glad it was you that wrote it, or I would have never been able to figure that one out. So Lori Higdon. So happy birthday, Ezekiel, Winky, and Lori. And also, once again, Treva, Debbie and Kim, Matt Ashburn, Jimmy Reed, Chance Boynton, and Jill Swafford. Happy birthday, that's from all of us. Here at the Albert and Billy Show. And now, Papa, I'm going to need a drink before I even get started. We have lots of goings on coming up, I guess you could say, don't we?
This is a busy place.
Absolutely. And especially this weekend and in the coming weeks, folks. Well, this is today, so we might as well start out with this one, and it's about the ball game tonight as well. Tonight and today is Pink Out Pikeville. It's to bring awareness to breast cancer. The community is asked to wear pink, decorate your home, car, business with pink ribbons. It's Pink Out Day in Bledsoe County. Even the football team will be wearing some form of pink during their home game tonight against Polk County. Pink Out Day is the community's way of reminding everyone that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Everyone is encouraged to raise more than awareness by taking action, supporting one another, and helping those affected by breast cancer. This campaign is to increase awareness and to promote regular screening and early detection. And I think I don't think this is the first time that they've done this. Yeah, they've been doing this for a while. I think a lot of people have pink on at the ball game tonight as well. Remember, it's Pink Out Pikeville, so wear some form of pink tonight at least at the ball game.
Do you have a pink shirt?
I do not. I really do not. Might have to get one for occasions like this. And speaking of the ball game, if you don't make it to the home game tonight, you can listen to the game live here on WUAT. Mike and Bradley will have the call for you. And if you've not checked out their new show here on BTC Fiber Television and the YouTube channel, you need to check it out. Mike and Bradley Sports Scene. That's a good show. They had the high school, talk about it in sports, but they had the high school coach on there on the newest episode, and with two of the players, and it's a good one. And they've really turned things around considering they've had injuries. It's a young team. They're playing good when you consider all those factors. They're playing much better. Let's see though. Back to some of these mini announcements actually that we have. Papa, you talked a little bit about this last week. It's a little bit later on in the month, but it's going to be on Friday, October the 20th, folks. This is an annual event that they've been having for a few years now. The difference is, though, is it's not just dentistry from the heart anymore. Yes, they still do everything that they've always done in this event, but the difference is other services are there now too. You can get many different things, can't you?
They've all joined on board.
Yeah, and I like that. That's a good thing. And well, here we go with this announcement. Let's get right into it. Plans are underway for the Bledsoe County Health Expo right here in downtown Pikeville. It's a variety of free health services that are going to be available for those attending, and that's regardless of insurance coverage or lack of. It's set for Friday, October the 20th, right here on Main Street and it'll be from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. And of course, the free dental services are still there, as always. That started 6 years ago. But there'll be some new things as well. They've expanded other health agencies offering their services for free, Papa. Let's see, including Kaylee Boynton. Kaylee Thomas, as I know her, but Dr. Kaylee Boynton, she's an eye doctor. She's going to be there, so they'll be giving free services for eye care, free eye screenings to participate. So that's a good thing to do. There'll be Narcan education offered. That's very important with the fentanyl crisis going around in this country. That's very important. So that'll be good to have. That's something different they're doing this year as well. Also, the CHI Memorial Breathe Easy Lung Coach will be there. They'll be offering lung cancer screenings in its mobile unit. This is just a partial list, though, of participants, and I knew it was. There's going to be, I'm sure, several more. But you can get what says watch the Blitzonian banner for more information closer to the time. So we'll have more details about this event for you folks in the coming weeks, but it is a big event.
It's big.
Right here in downtown Pikeville. Let's see. Okay, Friday, October the 13th. It's going to be Oktoberfest at the Mount Crest Fire Hall. Well, that's good. I don't remember them doing this before, no. So this might be the first annual event here, folks. It's the Mount Crest Fire Hall. They're going to be hosting a Oktoberfest on Friday, October the 13th. Ooh, Friday the 13th.
That'll be a week from today.
Wow, yeah, that's true. It'll be from 4 to 7 p.m. or until they sell out. And it's at the Fire Hall, which is on the intersection of State Route 30 and 101. On the menu, they'll have beer brats. Is that beer brats is what it spells, with sauce, with, oh wow, tough names here. Sauerkraut. Sauerkraut's just a tough one to spell, isn't it? That's definitely sauerkraut, fried cabbage, potato salad, and dessert. It's $8 a plate. All proceeds they'll do, when they raise any money, it always benefits the Mount Crest Fire Department, which in turn is a good cause. So if you go to this event, you're doing a good deed. They need this. This is how they continue to operate. Isn't that right, Papa?
Yes, they got it.
And that's a first. I've never heard of them doing that. That's a good idea. So go check that out, folks. That's a week from today. Tomorrow, Papa, people can start their morning off. Yeah, get the Fall Festival day started off in the morning before you go to the Fall Festival. Check out the Rescue Squad. They're going to be having their breakfast from 6 to 10 a.m. This will be a tasty country breakfast buffet.
Wow.
I like that. And it's sponsored by First Farmers and Commercial Bank, caring for their community. So this is a fundraising breakfast, and it's at the Bledsoe County Rescue Squad tomorrow morning, 6 to 10 a.m. Remember, it's a buffet tomorrow. That might do it for me, Papa, unless I can say this one too, because this is a week from today as well. Another Friday the 13th event. It'll be a turkey dinner at the Brockdale Church of God. They'll be having turkey and dressing dinner next week, October 13th. It'll be at 1 p.m. Sides will be creamed potatoes, green beans, slaw, or roll, drink, and dessert. It's all for $10 a plate, and they will start serving at 1 p.m. Oh, I do have one more, don't I, Papa? Okay, let's get me another drink of water. Lots of announcements today. This is another big one, though, and this is the day after the Fall Festival. But first, I need to tell you guys, remember, we talked about this last week. Streets will be closed for the Fall Festival starting at 6 p.m. tonight until 8 p.m. tomorrow night. Don't worry, there's plenty, and I mean plenty of detours, so you will be able to get around. But just a reminder there that south of town, Cranwell to north at Gill Street, and west at Methodist to east over to Fraser, they're going to be closed, but there is plenty of detours. It says once again, which I already knew that. Trust me, you'll find a detour. But just note that 6 p.m. tonight to 8 p.m. tomorrow night, some roads will be closed. Streets will be closed right here in downtown Pikeville because of the Fall Festival. The day after the Fall Festival, though, folks, this is another big event, Papa. It's to honor Dr. Philip Burns.
That's Sunday, is it?
Yeah, the day after the festival. It's at noon. Everyone in the community is invited to come to Sunday dinner in Pikeville, and it's in honor of Philip Burns. MD, FACS, an endowed chair was recently established to honor his dedication, leadership, and overall excellence in the field of medicine. The dinner is Pikeville's way to give back for all that he has done for the people of his community. I like that. I know Dee Lockhart is, I know she spearheaded this. I know she's got some help, but I know she's been working hard on this. The donations given during the Sunday dinner, they're going to be used to help recruit and train next generations of general surgeons, which that's important, to be excellent physicians, surgeons, specialists like Dr. Burns. So the funds will also, they'll help supply state-of-the-art equipment for them to utilize. So, do your part in helping to raise funds in the name of the Pikeville Bledsoe County community as a group. Come enjoy Sunday dinner, and it's at City Hall, your neck of the woods, Papa.
Yes.
It's, like I said, Sunday, October the 8th, and it starts at 12 noon. Donations can be made to the Dr. Philip Burns Foundation. Dee Lockhart, the event organizer, said, let's come together and support this foundation. Many of our local people have been treated or given medical advice by Dr. Philip Burns, so let's pull together and make this a family get-together. I like that.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. So, I'm going to let you talk for a minute, Papa.
The Bledsoe County Schools will take a break
on
the 7th, and they will not be back in session until the 16th on a Monday. Okay, then also on next Tuesday on the 10th at 6:30, the Community Joining Hands is going to be held at the City Hall.
Okay, I like that. That's a good idea.
I did not know about that.
That's a good idea.
And a week from tomorrow, on the 14th, we'll have that movie Under the Stars, Hocus Pocus.
Oh, a good time to play that one for Halloween.
Halloween will be coming up October the 31st.
Yeah.
Also on the 28th, we will have the Boo Bash.
Glad to see that back. Trying to get more, we'll get some more details on it. But yeah, glad to see that. So save that date, folks. 28th for Boo Bash.
Also, the Eli Smith family is having a benefit for Eli. His parents are Lori and Keith Smith. And they're going to have this meal served on October the 21st. That's on a Saturday.
Okay. And
it will start at 4 o'clock in the afternoon until they run out of food.
That's good.
And this is the plate that they will be serving for $10.
It's at the fairgrounds, folks. That's a good place to have it.
It's going to be at the Bledsoe County Fairgrounds in the exhibit building.
That's a good location to have it.
The pulled pork will be the main attraction.
Yeah.
There will be a baked potato and dessert and drink. So
sounds good to me.
They want you to help out this family because
of course, it's $10 per plate, but it's going to a very good cause, folks.
Well, it's not going to be a quick fix
for
Eli.
Not.
It's going to be spread over a long period of time, the recuperating period.
Yeah, that's true, and it's expensive. So,
yes,
you're doing a really good deed by supporting that. That's for sure. Well,
that's it.
You had a lot less than me.
Well, it didn't take me as long to do mine.
No, it sure didn't. Well, Papa, it is trivia time in Tennessee.
I'm glad to talk to you about trivia.
I bet you are.
These all of these are about animals.
Okay. Okay.
I am a two-toed what?
Okay. A two-toed.
Two-toed.
Frog?
No.
Oh man. Lifeline. He's being tricky.
You should know that.
Well, you're being tricky.
Two-toed.
A human.
You've got 10 toes. You've got 10 toes.
Well,
There is an
okay,
animal
hang on.
that has 2 toes. You should know that. When
Well,
you
that's-
were a kid, we would be looking through the encyclopedias, and we'd come to this picture of this animal, and it was called
Gorilla.
a two-toed
Monkey. No, they have I am so confused.
Two-toed. Starts with an S.
Slug.
Sloth.
Sloth. I couldn't think of the name.
Two-toed sloth. I thought you would remember that.
Well, when you started, I knew what you were talking about there at the end, but I couldn't say the name.
Some say man evolved from me. What am I?
Well, yeah, it's crazy, but they're talking about monkeys.
Or apes.
Yeah, monkeys, apes, yeah.
Number 3. Some of us are poisonous, some not. My most famous claim to fame is I tempted Eve. What am I?
A snake.
A snake or a
Snake.
serpent.
Yes.
One theory
Oh, I know use
says,
for them, Papa.
I have 2 women in our church that tells me that they're going to have their dogs in heaven, their pets. I said, do you mind if I bring my pet snake? They don't want me to have my snake in heaven.
I'd say no.
One theory says I evolved from wolves, but most of my species are quite docile. In fact, I'm known as men's best friend.
Oh,
What
a dog.
A dog.
A dog, yeah.
But did you know they evolved from wolves?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but yeah.
If you put your dog, that is your pet, in a garage and lock him up for 3 hours, along with your wife, which one will be glad to see you after 3 hours?
The dog. The dog.
The dog,
That's what makes him so great.
the dog would wag his tail.
Yeah. She'll be throwing things at you, and he'll be glad to see you.
I am the largest of land animals. Just look at my ears. What am I?
You're an elephant.
You're an elephant.
Yes.
That's the largest of the animals on the land.
Makes total sense.
I keep
They're
my
enormous.
babies in a pouch that is attached to my belly, and to get around I jump, not walk.
And do you live in Australia?
You-
You're a
Australia.
kangaroo.
I am known as the king of the jungle. What am I?
You're the mighty lion.
I've got a picture that I drew. I took it to the church last Sunday to give to one of the little boys of the Lion King.
Mm-hmm.
The Lion King is up on this mountain peak, and you got in the background.
I thought I'd seen that. That's a
Yeah.
good picture.
And you got the warthog down on the ground down here.
Yeah. I forgot
Okay, the
about
last
him.
one. I catch mice. I sleep a lot. I purr. What am I?
No, you're a cat.
You're a cat.
And boy, can they ever catch some mice?
That's it for trivia.
Well, I think I done pretty darn good on
You
that
did.
one.
That was easy, wasn't it?
Yeah, I knew that was coming. Hey, I'll take them easy all day long.
Next week it won't be that easy.
Program note, next week, folks, we'll be filming at Cliff and Gale's new antique store, which is a block up the road.
Just one block away.
Spring Street Antique. So definitely tune in for that. Looking forward to that. But coming up after the break, we'll have some sports of all sorts for you. Lots going on in sports. A lot of crazy stuff in sports always here lately, seems like. And then we'll have some Albertology and some jokes, of course, at the end.
Yeah.
So stick around, folks. That's all coming up next, right after the break.
You need a bank that you can depend on. Here at Citizens Tri-County Bank, we have the most dependable staff that you will ever meet. Call in, you will not get an automated attendant, you'll get a person. But on the other side, we have all the technology that anyone would need, from apps to online banking to bill pay. So please come and grow with us as we're about to celebrate our 50th year. We are the only community bank you will ever need.
support small business and shop DunlapMercantile.com.
At Jason Lewis Dunlap Supercenter, we're committed to be better. Better prices, better vehicles, a better experience. Your Jason Lewis Dunlap Supercenter understands that you rely on us to provide you with the highest quality of used vehicles. With over 350 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. So what are you waiting for? Let us show you a better experience with the Jason Lewis Automotive family. Come visit us at Rankin Avenue here in Dunlap or on the web at dunlapsupercenter.com.
Bledsoe Telephone Cooperative, connecting the Sequatchie Valley to the world.
Welcome back, folks, to the Albert and Billy Show. Listen to us here on WAT Radio and watch us on Channel 18, BTC Fiber Television, and the BTC Fiber YouTube channel. We want to thank our sponsors real quickly here. So, since I'm having to go through it quickly, I'll say at the beginning, a huge thank you. We appreciate all of you to the following people and businesses. So here we go. Big thank you to Citizens Tri-County Bank, Bilbrey Insurance, Scotty's. New hours on them, folks. Remember, they're open at night again and Saturdays. The offices of Janine Boynton, Lisa Wheeler, and Michael Walker. Farm Bureau Insurance, that's Matt Massingale and his friendly staff, right by Putnam Reed Funeral Home. They're in South Pottville. As south as you can get.
About as
City
south
limits.
as you can get.
Yep. Nickel Row Antiques, our closest neighbor here. Like we always say, you can find anything in here. I don't think they even know what all they've got. There's such a variety. And also Spring Street Antiques, and you'll get a sneak peek of that business, their new business, next week, folks. We'll be filming from there. State Farm Insurance, that's Nick Smith and his friendly staff. Milldam Outdoor Adventures, it's Lola's. She's back at it. She's back open right here on Main Street. Collier & Company Realty, Michelle Collier. Bill Wolf, Lee Station Baptist Church, Southern Pearl Florist Home Decor and Gifts. The Daily Stop. All these are on the bypass area. They're all located there. The newest one, it's Quilting Times. It's Quilting Times is what it says, okay. And it is at the old Doc Smith building. I'm starting to remember that now. And the loom, that part's not complete yet though, but they are working on it. Right.
It's Quilting Time made me think there is a prison in, I forget what state it is now, Albion Prison. And they started a new class for violent offenders. And there is a waiting list to get in the class.
Wow.
Guess what the class is?
What?
Quilting.
You gotta be kidding me.
Oh.
Wow. Who'd ever thought that?
Not me. Not
Not
me.
me. I don't think.
Quilting.
I don't
Violent
think me.
offenders.
That could be one of your jokes. I mean, I don't think anybody would guess
I don't know
that.
how come me to think of that.
I'm kind of glad you did. It's kind of, that's crazy.
We're ready for sports.
Ready for sports. Well, ready as we're gonna be.
You never did get to know the football coach at Tennessee back in the late 20s and the
Well, of
30s
course
and
not.
40s.
No.
His name was General Robert Reese
Well,
Neyland.
he's legendary though. Obviously, I've
Or
heard of him.
Neyland or Neyland. I don't know.
Neyland Stadium's how they
Neyland
say it. Yeah.
He was, I've got a book, Football's Greatest Dynasty, and the book was about General Neyland in Tennessee.
Oh, I bet that. I would like to read that. Then
He
I'm sure
was-
it's good.
Coached in 4 different spans of time at Tennessee, from 26 to 34, also from 36 to 40, and then also from 46 to 52. That was the last
Okay.
year that he was the coach. During his tenure as coach, we won 4 national championships.
I knew he won several national championships.
But the reason I brought up General Robert Neyland is he saw the need for improving his team's performance on the field. He had coaches that were around him. It's not just the head coach. You've got an offensive coordinator, you've got a defensive coordinator, you've got a backfield coach,
That's right.
quarterback coach, all these different coaches.
The coaching staff.
You got the coaching staff. So he came up with the idea. He's the first man that ever came up with this idea to put a man up in the stands that
communicate
up in the
with.
press box that could see the field better than he could see.
Right. That was a genius idea.
So he came up with the idea of the sideline phone.
Wow. These are things I did not know. Now, you didn't even know this part, did you?
No, I read this, and let me tell you where
That's
I got
amazing.
this. I got this out of the Telephone magazine this week.
Wow. Who would have thought that?
But he
deserves a lot of
and
credit
listen,
for that. He does.
That concept is followed by high school all the way to pros.
Yes, they all do it. They all do that.
But he's the first
So
man.
he's
that
the
ever came.
originator of
He's
that.
the originator of that plan.
That just adds to his legacy.
It does. I had no idea that he's the one that.
I didn't
up with
either.
that.
I think he deserves to get more credit for that.
Well, like I say, I guess he's the first man that came up with the idea of having at least 3 patches on your schedule too, because you've got 3 automatic wins.
Yeah, that's true.
So I guess
You have to do that in the SEC. You have to.
Well, you look at some of the patches on somebody's schedule; they've always got 2 or 3.
Oh yeah. If an SEC school does not schedule cupcakes, with non-conference games, they're crazy if they don't, because the conference itself is so brutal. You got to have some games, some easier games.
I think you have to play at least 8 opponents within the the conference, don't you?
Yeah, at least that much, and that it's a brutal
with
conference.
with the addition of Texas and Oklahoma
Make
coming
it
on
that
board,
much harder.
it may be
9.
you may have to play 9.
I would say
opponents.
so. I'd say that's how they do it.
But anyway, let's look at last week's schedule. Tennessee played South Carolina last week.
Yes, and played much better. Why can they not play like this against Florida? Man.
Well, they have played South Carolina since 1903, 120 years.
Dang. Well, that makes sense, I guess.
So they deserve to win 41-20.
They did. 'Cause South Carolina beat them last year, and almost single-handedly by their star quarterback. We talked about this. He single-handedly destroyed Tennessee last year, so they were ready. They were much more ready this time.
And they were playing good ball up until they played Tennessee.
Yes, definitely. They're a team to be reckoned with because of him.
In the SEC, you've got Georgia and Missouri and Kentucky, who are undefeated.
Okay, not surprised about Georgia, but Kentucky and Missouri, yeah, that's pretty surprising, folks.
I'll agree with you. I'm not
is.
surprised at Georgia.
No. 2-time defending champion, no. Kentucky and Missouri, very much so.
Ole Miss played LSU, and Ole Miss won 55-49.
What a game
That was a
pure entertainment, though.
pure football
If you didn't
game.
get to watch that game, you missed out. That was a
And-
great game.
And Kentucky took care of Florida.
Yeah, I know it. Like, what would that score end up being? Do you know?
Let me see.
Should have been closer.
It was 33-14.
Yeah, I thought so. It should have been closer. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Florida
Tennessee,
was not even in the game. It was more than double score.
I know. That's just mind blowing to me. We ended the losing streak against them last year, and then just go down there to the swamp and just lay a big egg. Don't do nothing right.
And I can't understand Georgia and Auburn. It was just a 1 touchdown difference.
Man,
27-20.
Auburn exposed them a little bit, their weaknesses. And Auburn may not be, Auburn might be kind of getting back to where they belong, so to speak.
And Alabama took care of Mississippi State. They won 15 straight times.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
You know. And then Missouri won over Vanderbilt handily, 38-21. They're 5-0 now.
No, I can't believe that.
Texas A&M, they're also
They've improved.
They've improved. Let's see, they won. Texas A&M won over Arkansas.
Yeah, that's right. They did.
Arkansas lost 3 games.
I thought they were going to have a good year at first.
I really
don't know what's going on.
One more loss, and their coach will be gone.
Well, it's probably, probably at least in the hot seat. I don't understand why they're struggling so much. I really don't.
I don't either. I thought they would have a good year this year.
But now I will say this: Texas A&M. You brought up something. I like how Texas A&M. They did not fire Jimbo Fisher after one bad year.
No,
that's how it should be. Okay,
you should.
You got to. He's had a lot of success, and already they're turned around this year, having another good year. These schools jump the gun too quickly on that usually.
Well, you got to look at the long haul. You've got to figure out who you're going to hire when you get rid of him.
I feel like it's not always well thought through to you.
It depends on recruiting.
Yeah, it does.
You've got to be able to recruit the 5 stars and the 4 stars. You can't get by with just
not just 2 and 3 stars and expect to win. No, you cannot do that.
Tennessee's off this year.
Off this week. That's good. They need a break. They could use a break because I'm sure they got a gauntlet coming up.
Well, you got Alabama coming up third week in October.
Exactly.
So you need all the rest you can get.
You dang right.
But last year it was 52-49.
But Tennessee ended that losing streak too last year. And both of the games were in Knoxville. So they've already struck out at Florida. Maybe they can play better at Tuscaloosa and come up with another win. But they're going to play good. But Alabama is very beatable. Very beatable.
They're beatable, but I don't believe that Nick Saban is done.
No.
I've been hearing this talk about getting somebody to replace Nick Saban.
Well, remember I told you it's because he said something though that I'm going to have to look into that. I don't know why he made a statement about retiring in 2 years. I don't know if he's being serious, but because he said that, it has made rumors like this. They're just swirling like crazy now.
It's on television. I don't read about it.
About every day, yeah.
Okay.
But they're vulnerable though. Like me and you have talked about one thing in football this year, college football, and for the first time in many years, I feel like there is no dominant team. There's not one dominant team that can just beat anybody. I like that. It makes it more interesting.
Well, Alabama's always been that one
Here,
team.
the last decade, yes.
And now it's Georgia.
It's been Georgia the last 2 years, but neither one are dominant this year.
Last week, Georgia's got by one touchdown.
Yes, Georgia. They're the 2-time defending national champion, but they have lost a lot of those players, and they are beatable this year.
What bothers me in the SEC? That rhymes. What bothers me in the SEC? There are
It sure does.
14 teams in the SEC right now. There'll be 16 next year, but only 7 of those 14 teams are ranked in the top 25. Only 1 in the top 10.
Yeah, and that's unheard of for the SEC.
That's unheard of for the SEC. Tennessee
really
and Alabama should be in the top 10.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
And if you've got, I can't figure out Kentucky not being ranked.
I know, undefeated. Yeah, they're getting gypped.
So
they're getting gypped. They should at least be ranked. Absolutely.
Kentucky plays Georgia this Saturday.
If they pull off an upset there, they'll be ranked. I can promise you that.
But if they get beat, they'll stay unranked.
Yes, they will. A lot of that depends on where it's at, I'm sure.
Let me see now. On the Paul
Feinbaum. I watched some of him this week.
your overreaction so far in college football, LSU could lose 3 more games.
Wow. I don't know about that one.
They're looking at their schedule and they say,
well, it's a tough schedule.
Then this overreaction, this fan called in and said Vanderbilt is better than Arkansas. Arkansas has lost 3 games in a row.
That's true. I don't know why, but yeah, they have.
Vanderbilt's scoring points.
Vanderbilt is making these teams work for it.
They really are.
They are.
And Alabama can be embarrassed.
Yes, they can be. Texas done beat them, and Alabama has really struggled to beat a couple of teams that they should have absolutely blew off the field.
Alabama plays Texas A&M.
Ooh, that'll be a good one, I'm telling you. That'll be a good one. That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
That's a good one then.
Last Friday, Bledsoe County took care of their opponent, 19-7.
Whitwell.
And that was Whitwell.
Yeah, that's a good win.
I spelled that Whitwell.
A lot of people say it like that.
And tonight they welcome Polk County as their opponent.
Yes.
And I'd like to see them win that game.
I would think that Bledsoe is favored in this one. It's a district game. We've beaten Polk County several times in a row, but I think they've improved though. I was told they're a little bit better this year, so it might be a closer game. But hopefully the Warriors can pull that one off too. They've had some impressive wins last few weeks.
And I think Kentucky, I don't understand why they're don't get more of a reputation than they have.
They're clearly getting shafted in the
Their
polls.
running back last week, Davis, got 280 yards rushing.
That's a good game.
Scored 3 touchdowns by running the ball and 1 touchdown by passing.
That's a real good game.
That's a real good ball game. And
He needs to be getting some recognition for that. Sounds like that's the problem. They're not getting recognition for having a great start to their season.
Well, that's
probably
the
a
trouble.
historic start to their season.
That's the trouble with being a basketball school.
They are a basketball school.
They've got to knock the door down.
They do. They really do.
Last week, Colorado played USC, and USC was ranked number 8, and USC, Colorado got beat again.
Colorado's going to lose some games. They are. But it's not realistic to think that he can come in the first year and win all these games. He's got to have time to recruit folks. He needs time.
But those first 2 games elevated the people in the Colorado's eyes.
It did.
Let me tell you.
They might get some good upsets this year and surprise people, once in a while.
Well, they've already done that.
They've done that somewhat.
But the last 2 games, they've come back down to reality.
Boy, have they ever.
Penn State is a team that's back. They're ranked number 6 now. So they have really returned back to power. They've returned back to power.
They really have been, Papa. It's been a long time since they've been in the top 10.
Yes, it has been a long time.
Since the Joe Paterno era.
Okay. The baseball Mets fired Buck Showalter, their coach, their manager, this week.
He'd been there for a while.
Yeah, Buck Showalter, I think he played for the Yankees back when he was
that's crazy. Played for the Yankees, coaching the Mets.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
Basketball starts in November. Basketball.
Yeah, be here before you know it. Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Let me tell you, this Paul Feinbaum show, they one of the thoughts they pursued was which team is in the country is the best. So people could call in any.
We're talking football here, basketball.
Yeah,
okay, football.
So somebody called in and said Michigan is the best.
In football. Okay.
Yeah, and somebody called in and said Missouri is the best.
Having a good year, but let's not go that far yet.
Somebody said Texas is the best. But somebody said Colorado is the best. And Liberty.
Shoot.
So it just turned out to be who was the fan that would call
Apparently so. Liberty, come on, that's a Division II school here in Tennessee.
Florida State, I could not understand, but now
They're
Florida
back
State's
this year,
good.
but they're not national
But
championship
then
material.
finally Georgia made it at number 7. Somebody, and then Miami.
Miami's back too. Now I will say I'm really glad to see Miami and Florida State back. It's about time. They've both been missed. They've both been MIA for a few years now.
And Washington was number 10. Somebody called in.
That bothers me. What did they say about Washington? They said Washington was the best.
Yeah, best team in the nation.
No, they are not. I think they are too highly ranked. I do.
Baseball should be getting some space because of the wild cards. Playoffs are in effect right now, and the Texas Rangers got the first slot. They beat the Devil Rays, and so they were the first team that won one of the wild card spots.
Okay.
In the American League.
Yeah, because it's getting playoff time.
It is playoff time right now, and then so you're building up to the World Series.
Okay, so and that was the American League
that was one of the American League wild card spots.
The National League will be up for grabs as when tonight.
Well, I'm sure they're already playing right now.
Okay, so we'll know who gets that wild card too. Now, how's your Dodgers and how are they in the playoff scheme of things?
I do not know. I can't read a blame thing.
Oh, yeah, but I'm surprised. You know what? I can take care of that for you. Wait, you just talk away. I'll pull up your Dodgers for you.
We're ready for the Albertology now.
Okay. I can do Albertology and pull this up for it at the same time. I think I'm talented enough to do that.
Okay. All right.
Let's see. This is why we're going to teach somebody how to use a computer.
All right, you
but
ready?
What's up with Albertology? Yeah, I'm listening, buddy.
These are some stories out of my book that I bought, and this is very interesting.
Now, before we start though, what kind of story is this? Is it funny?
It's an urban legend.
Urban legend? That
it is
could be
a
scary
legend.
Even.
So this is how it begins.
Ooh.
A sorority girl wants a dark tan for a formal dance that's just a few days away. So she goes to a tanning salon, and they tell her she can't stay under the lamps for more than 30 minutes. Well, she's told by the officials that it wouldn't be safe if she stayed longer than 30 minutes. So she wants a dark tan. So she comes up with this idea: I'll go to different salons and I'll spend 30 minutes. I'll spend 30 minutes here and I'll spend 30 minutes there. I've got to get a dark tan. So she spends the next 2 days traveling from salon to salon and spending 30 minutes at each place.
Right.
So she gets a beautiful tan, and she looks great at the formal she goes to.
Right.
But the next morning after the formal, her sorority sisters find her dead in her room with smoke billowing out of her eyes and ears and mouth. And an autopsy was made, and they said that the tanning rays had cooked her body from the inside out like a burrito in a microwave oven.
Goodness.
Now how it spread.
That's crazy.
This spread like wildfire.
It did.
The tale first appeared in 1987 and was repeated all over the country. And sometimes the victim is a bride-to-be, sometimes she's a high school girl getting ready for her prom. And she doesn't always die. Sometimes she's permanently blinded, or she has to have a fried arm or her leg amputated. Is one of the most popular and most widely believed urban legends of the 1980s. Here's the truth. The story is false.
I had a feeling he was going to tell me that. Well, time out before we start another one. I did tell you I'd check on the Dodgers. Interesting news, Papa. Your Dodgers are in first place in their division. They're in the playoffs. Their record is 162, and they're along with the Atlanta Braves. What about that? They're in first in the East at 100. They have won 104 and lost 58. They have the best two records in the National League. So there's a good update for you Dodgers.
So they're in
the playoffs.
But by how much? How many games did
they are 16 games ahead of the Diamondbacks in their division.
Wow.
Yeah. Thought you might.
100 wins and 62 losses.
Yeah. The Dodgers and the Braves got the best record.
See, a lot of your home run hitters only played in 154 games. Now the season is 162 games.
That's true.
That's 8 more games.
Yeah, that is true.
Okay.
I thought you might like that, though.
Okay, now let me tell you what else.
You got another urban legend?
Let me see now. I'm on the wrong page.
There's a movie from the 90s called Urban Legend. I remember going and watching that in theaters around Halloween time. It's a good scary movie. It's about a lot of these things, urban legends that, of course, they come to fruition on this movie.
Okay. These are
sorry, not really.
These are people that said things and then made an apology.
Okay.
But the apology was not very sincere.
Sincere. Fake apologies.
Who said it? Presidential candidate George W. Bush said in a speech just in Illinois during the 2000 campaign. Then Governor Bush leaned over to his running mate Dick Cheney, and this is what he said. There's Adam Clymer. He said, "Major league asshole." That's what he said.
Who's Adam Clymer?
Cheney responded, "Big time."
Who is that even? I don't even know who that is.
This is the problem. This man was from the New York Times.
Oh, okay. I think they do not like him.
They were speaking near a live microphone.
Oh, they didn't know people could hear
them. And members of the press heard the slur.
Oh, it makes sense now.
And it wasn't long before the whole world knew this. So then when they questioned Dick Cheney about it, he refused to comment.
I'm sure he did.
And asked later that day, Governor Bush said, "I regret that people heard that." That's not much of an apology.
That's not an apology at all.
You remember
That's just basically an explanation.
You remember Alec Baldwin?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Actor.
In 1998 on NBC's Late Night with Conan O'Brien, he was asked about the ongoing impeachment trial of President Clinton.
Oh, yeah.
And speaking about one of the leaders of the impeachment movement, Representative Henry Hyde, Baldwin went on a rant and he said, "If we were in another country, we would stone Henry Hyde to death." He didn't like it because he was trying to impeach Clinton.
Oh.
Henry Hyde, we would stone Henry Hyde to death, and we would go to their homes and we'd kill their wives and their children.
Good grief.
We would kill their families.
Alec Baldwin said this.
So Baldwin, his publicist, denied it.
I would say so.
He said it was just a big joke. The tirade was just a parody on the hysteria that gripping our country.
I hope that's what it is. Yeah, he's a big hypocrite if he really meant that.
you know Jerry.
He sure didn't have a problem getting on the train for impeaching other people.
You know Jerry Falwell. This is what he said on 60 Minutes in October 2002.
Okay.
"I think Muhammad was a terrorist." And he said, "Jesus set the example for love, as did Moses. Muhammad set an opposite example. and outraged religious leaders around the world and demanded an apology from Jerry Falwell. So he said, I sincerely apologize that certain statements of mine were hurtful to the feelings of many Muslims. I intended no disrespect to any sincere law-abiding Muslim.
What? That's not much of an apology, is it?
No, it's not much of an
To
apology.
every law-abiding Muslim. Man.
Okay.
What's that?
This is
Cure.
these are home remedies for what ails you.
Oh, okay. Home remedies.
If you've got a lung infection,
Mm-hmm.
rub onions on your chest.
Wow. I think I'll let somebody else.
For
I'll let somebody else
arthritis
do that
pain,
one.
this is for arthritis pain, and everybody's got arthritis.
Mm-hmm.
Carry a peeled potato in your pocket. If that doesn't work, try a pocket full of buckshot or the ashes from a turtle shell.
Let somebody else try that too.
For kidney troubles,
Turtle
eat kidney beans. To
Wow.
cure a cold, rub your feet with grease. If that
Really?
doesn't work, eat some bear brains.
God, this is crazy.
If you've got an earache, try fox fat warmed up.
God, I think I'll pass on that too.
To get rid of a wart, and I've tried this,
The penny thing.
rub a peeled apple.
Oh.
If that doesn't work, feed the apple to a pig. A friend of mine told me to rub my warts with peach tree leaves.
I've never heard that one either.
Until my warts got green, and then hide the leaves. And when I forget where I hid the leaves, my warts would go away. It worked.
I have heard that before. Okay.
It worked.
I have heard that before, yep.
To treat a burn, rub it with mashed potatoes.
No way. I never thought that.
If you need your nerves calmed down,
Uh-huh.
eat beaver fat. If you got cataracts, rub a fox tongue over your eyes.
Shoot. These people are crazy.
For a headache, if you got a headache, tie a string around a buzzard's head and wear that around your neck.
I could just see somebody walking around like that.
If you're suffering from frostbite, mix cow milk with cow manure and apply it to the affected area.
This is crazy.
If you're limping, rub the bad leg with skunk grease.
Maybe that would make you forget about the pain because the smell would be so bad.
If you touch a sleeping person with a frog tongue, they will reveal their secrets to you.
Shoot.
I think I
That's
better.
the dumbest one yet.
I think I better tell some jokes.
Those could have been, some of those could have been a joke. Man alive. We'll talk about extreme home remedies there.
I can't figure out what's happened to my joke.
Frog tongue and a bear tongue and shoot. That's crazy.
Can't figure out.
Oh, it's got to look for his material, folks.
They're gone. They're gone.
Did they disappear or have they been misplaced? That would be my guess.
I'd say they've been misplaced.
Are they in here, right here, by chance?
No.
Are you sure? Because there's a lot of papers there.
This is them right here. This is them right here.
Okay, so I was
All right.
thinking that. So
My-
this is a joke, right?
My colleague at the Defense Language Institute is an elegant middle-aged woman who was
Okay.
born and raised in Russia.
Okay.
Like many Russian women, she likes to wear her fur coat.
Oh,
So one day as we left the building where we had trained a select group of military linguists, some strangers noticed my friend's fur and shouted, "What poor creature had to be sacrificed so that you could have this fur coat?" My colleague simply replied, "My mother-in-law."
No.
That is wild.
I just seen their reaction. You know they weren't expecting that.
I've been trying to finish writing a book about surviving bankruptcy, but I can't get past chapter 11.
I'd say not.
When you hear a statistic, always ask about the other side of the statistic.
True.
For example, 44% of marriages end in divorce. Now that's a scary number.
Right.
But if you look
Flip
at it
side.
from a different perspective, if 44% of marriages end in divorce,
Right.
that means 56% of marriages end in death. Oh my.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that one. That was good.
Stephen Colbert, he's the late show host, host. He said, sometimes when I go out to dinner with my wife, I'll propose so that we'll get a free dessert.
I know some people that will definitely say it's their birthday when it's not.
These people do that, don't they?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Stephen
yeah.
also said, "I like being an adult, but I wish all my shoes were Velcro." And now this is true.
It's true. It's a joke, but it's true.
This is not Stephen Colbert. An elderly woman lived in Canada near the North Dakota
State line. Hello,
And-
Perry Armstrong, North Dakota. Remind me, say hello to Perry.
Well, hello, Perry,
Yeah.
North Dakota. I've never been to I've been to South Dakota, but I've never been to North Dakota.
Yeah.
So
I'd like
they
to
lived
go.
on the border, and one day her son came running into the house,
Mhm.
and he's holding a letter, and he says, "Mom, the government says that they have decided that our land is part of the United States. We can choose whether we want to be Americans or Canadians."
Oh.
Well, the mother said, "We'll say we are Americans because I can't stand another one of these cold Canadian winters."
Shoot. That mama was an idiot. I guess going to change anything.
Now this is a true story. This girl wrote
That
this.
one was too, wasn't it?
This girl is a babysitter, and she said, "I asked the kids I was watching if I was allowed to munch from a candy dish I'd found.
Mm-hmm.
They looked at me and said, 'You want some candy?' And then they led me to the basement, which had floor-to-ceiling shelves full of candy of all varieties.
Mm-hmm.
Candy bars of all varieties. Apparently their father was a Mars Candy Company executive or salesman, and it was a dream for me to be able to babysit these kids. Not only were the kids good, but now I could eat candy to my heart's content."
Yeah, okay.
I don't mind vacuuming, but if the cord doesn't reach an area of the room, I'm not making a special trip over there.
That's my kind of vacuuming right there. That's funny.
These are some resumes where people applied for a job.
These are real, then. These are true idiots right here, folks. These are real people.
A kid applying as a stock boy wrote down his last job. He was a petroleum transference engineer for Exxon. His job was just pumping gas.
That's what I was about to say. What in the world
I
is that?
hired him on the spot.
Oh, that's pretty good.
If you have I'm not going to read that one. This that should not be read over the airwaves.
Dang it! I'll have to check it out.
Listen to this now. This is so true.
Okay.
After a rough day spent corralling my rowdy kids, I'd had enough. I said to my sister, "I think I'll sell them." "You're crazy," she said. "For thinking of selling them?" "No, for thinking someone would want to buy them."
That's pretty good right there now.
Right next, 2 doors up from here was the Ferguson drugstore when I was in high school.
Okay.
One Saturday I saw a woman walk the streets of Pikeville with 4 kids, and she gave all 4 kids away.
You're kidding.
She
Oh my
walked up and down
God.
the streets of Pikeville till she gave all 4 kids away. No strings attached, nothing signed. She just gave those kids to 4 different people on the streets of Pikeville. I saw it.
That is amazing. That is
It was on a
unreal.
Saturday. The town was full of people, and I'm popping popcorn all day long. And I saw that woman give away 4 little kids.
That is it. What did you tell anybody? And I'm sure you did.
Well,
'Cause I had
everybody
to
saw
believe-
it. Well, not everybody, but
A lot of people had to have saw it and
Yeah.
thought, "What in the world is going on here?" And nothing came of it. That's crazy.
That's sad. That's sad.
Well, yeah, it's very sad, but just no, I didn't know that. Man.
My gunnery sergeant and I were inspecting a Marine training exercise when we spotted a second lieutenant ambling about. "Where's your foxhole, Lieutenant?" I asked. He snapped off a salute and said, "I don't know, sir." Turning to the sergeant, he asked, "Gunnery, where is my foxhole?" "You're standing in it, sir. All you have to do is remove the dirt." Now listen to this. I was a medic in the Army,
Okay.
and one day I woke up with a terrible back pain. I went to the sick hall, where I was told I'd be taken to the hospital. After an hour, the captain came over to me and he said, "Sorry for the delay, but we can't find the ambulance driver."
Shoot.
He said, "I'm the ambulance driver."
That explains that one.
This is the last one.
Man. Okay.
I
Oh,
keep
man.
getting asked, this is about my Albert,
Okay. Okay.
at my age, what's the secret of your longevity?
Mm-hmm.
Simple, I haven't died.
Those were all good too. Well, the streak continues, I tell you, on the road here. Speaking of, I was telling people about Mike and Bradley Sports Scene, a new show here on BTC Fiber. You're going to be their guest on their next episode.
Thanks for telling me.
Yes.
Why would they want me to be a
mentioned
guest?
to you briefly. They're you know, well, it's a sports show, so you'll do fine. And they asked me that a few weeks ago. So yeah, you can check Popeye out on the next episode of Mike and Bradley Sports Scene. Folks, be sure to check out the Fall Festival tomorrow.
Oh,
if you get a
yes,
chance
be sure
to come to downtown Pikeville tomorrow and check this event out, please do so. Last year they had a great crowd, a really good crowd. I think they have more vendors set up this year than ever. So definitely come out tomorrow and enjoy the Fall Festival right here in downtown Pikeville. You won't regret it. You won't regret it. And once again, reminder, if you don't make it to the ball game tonight, the Warriors are hosting Polk County. Well, you can listen to Mike and Bradley here on WAT Radio, as they'll have the call for you. Kickoff is at 7. But until then, we will see you guys next week. We'll be filming, like I said, from Cliff and Gail's new business, just a block up the road from us here. We'll be at Spring Street Antiques next week, so be sure to tune in for that. But until then, we'll see you guys next time. Have a great week.
See you later.
Hey folks, Albert and Billy here. You're watching us on Channel 18, BTC Fiber. Check us out on BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and like. And check out our Facebook page. Be sure to like and share. Thanks everybody for watching.